Everybody, welcome back to the Tip of the Iceberg Wrestling YouTube channel slash podcast. Hope you're having an awesome day. This is my reaction and review to WWE Clash of Champions 2019. This show, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Get it off the bat. The first half of the show was kind of mediocre in my opinion, but the second half really picked up and saved the show. That's how I figured it would be. Because in recent weeks they've had the shows build up to the finish, to the main event, which is smart and interesting in my opinion. They've had matches build, like start out slow, then work into crazy chaos. So that's how they did the show. They started off kind of slow, and as the night progressed, it got more and more exciting, which is an interesting way to build the show. And that's how it should be. Honestly, is you should be more excited as the show goes on, because you shouldn't be excited starting out, then you'll be getting tired towards the end. So it's kind of smart to build up the fans' excitement, build up the matches. Very well done. Looking back at it, in my opinion, people dog this type of stuff because then we're not used to having this type of technique that starting slow, working their way to the big finale type of thing, which is, again, interesting. But I watched the whole show. I'm usually missing the pre-show because I'm out doing something usually. But I was home and watched the pre-show too, and it was a pre-show. The first match was for the Cruiserweight Championship. It's champion Drew Gulak versus Lince Dorado versus Humberto Carrillo. That's how you say his name. This match was a good opener. It was an opener, solid opener. The finish was botched a little bit. But the match was pretty good. You had Humberto and Lince doing the flips and high flying, Drew doing your wrestling technicality type stuff. The finish the finish was funny. It was a botch, but it was funny. Humberto hit a springboard flip moonsault thing. I don't even know how you call it. And then went to pin Lince. Then Drew came in, threw him to the ring post, and got the pin. During the pin, I didn't see this part, but it was told that the referee had to tell Lince to put his shoulders down, and you audibly heard the referee say, "Lince, put your shoulders down." And then he counted 1, 2, 3. Like, oh gosh. So that was that. I'm assuming this is the last 205 Live championship match, starting probably in the next week or so. They're gonna migrate 205 Live into NXT. I'm interested to see how all that plays out. I'm very excited for that. The next match is for the United States Championship, Cedric Alexander versus champion AJ Styles. And I thought I'd see AJ Styles on a pre-show, but my eyes behold me. We've seen that, and it made the pre-show a little more important and more valuable, in my opinion. It didn't diminish AJ one bit. AJ's in a spot where he can be on any part of the card and look good. So he looked good coming out here. He won, retained the title in like a 6-minute match. Had a good finishing combo, and he did a phenomenal forearm, and Cedric was kind of standing there staggering into a Styles Clash. Very, very hard Styles Clash. And then Gallows and Anderson came out, and they all beat up Cedric. I figured this would lead to the Viking Raiders coming out to save Cedric since they're face now. That didn't happen. I'm like, okay, that was a missed opportunity, I think. But I think on Raw tonight, they're going to book Cedric and the Viking Raiders versus the OC, and they can continue these feuds going to Hell in a Cell, which I'd love to see the Viking Raiders and Gallows and Anderson in Hell in a Cell. This is a gripe on Hell in a Cell I want to make real quick too. In years past, Hell in a Cell meant most of the matches were in Hell in a Cell. In the last few years, we've only had like 1 or 2 matches in Hell in a Cell. If they can stick with this gimmick pay-per-view, they need to make all the matches, or majority of the matches, a Hell in a Cell match. Just to keep with the gimmick, in my opinion. That's just a little gripe I've had on that for a few years. There's no use having Hell in a Cell pay-per-view if you could only do one match with Hell in a Cell. This is my opinion on that real quick. But I like to see the Viking Raiders versus Anderson Gallows in a Hell in a Cell match. That'd be crazy, I think. So now we get into the main card. The first match was Braun and Seth versus Rudolph, as WrestleTalk calls them, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, for the Raw Tag Team Championships. This match was your typical Seth and Braun teaming up match against people. And it's rumored that they made Dolph and Robert the challengers to make Braun look strong because these two are good at selling. I get that, and you could tell that in this match. But this match was, I'd give it 3 out of 5 stars. It was your typical Braun Strowman gets hot tagged, runs rampant at everybody, Seth does springboard knees and gets offense and all that stuff. It's your typical Seth and Braun match. The finish came kind of funny, I think, too. When Braun was hyper and going rampant, he knocked down everybody, including Seth. Seth hit the turnbuckle with his face. Robert hit the glorious DT for the win. Your new Raw Tag Team Champions are Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, baby. That's cool. I figured they would win because Seth and Braun don't need the titles no more to do whatever they're doing. Hopefully that Dolph and Robert can have good matches with the titles, and that the titles don't just get nothing, because the Raw titles had a good showing maybe a year or two ago. But here late from the recent memory, the titles have been just mediocre. But close to new champions. This match was pretty good. It wasn't, oh my goodness, crazy, but it was your typical Seth and Braun tag team match. Next up, we had Bayley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and I'd say the worst match of the night. The worst match of the night. And that's saying something for both these women. I had high hopes for this match to be a very good match. You got the heel Bayley versus the tweener kind of Charlotte Flair, and this match was kind of just it was poor. I didn't like it. It went like I'd say 6 minutes, and the finish was a heel finish by Bayley. She took off the bottom turnbuckle, which was interesting. You usually take off the top turnbuckle, and she kind of like dropped her hold to push Charlotte until the turnbuckle and pinned her. That was it. I'm like, really? So okay. Even though the McMahon's authorities said we wouldn't get rematches, we're going to be getting a lot of rematches based on Clash of Champions, so let me tell you that now. And this is one of them. You're going to have Bayley versus Flair and Hell in a Cell, probably, which I'm down for. Please make it a good match. Because this match was very underwhelming. I was kind of surprised and sad. The next match was for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It's the champions, the New Days, Xavier Woods and Big E versus the Revival. So people in the Xbox party did not like this match. Again, you can add my Xbox One T-Bug61794 to join these watch parties with us. But I like this match personally. It was a typical Big E Wood, your New Day versus Challengers match. But Big E, it's so polarizing. Xavier Woods is good. Xavier Woods is still selling the injury from the Revival about a month ago. So good storytelling there. You could tell they had a chip on their shoulder and they were there for business, kind of sort of type of thing. And the finish came, I didn't see the finish per se, but I know the Revival won. Your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And I'm assuming this going forward is going to be the Big E and Woods' feud, unless they just move on. I'll talk about this later, but I got a feeling Big E is going to be Kofi Kingston's next challenger for the WWE Championship. So Kofi won. Spoiler, probably gets the match. Sorry. Oh well. I think the New Day is going to start unfolding because there's no other direction to go for them but up basically. And I've been hyped for this possibility for a while now, so I'm interested to see if that happens. But this match is good overall. The Revival's your new champions. If they do feud with the New Day again, I won't be surprised because SmackDown's tag division right now is not good. The tag division as a whole was not good, and that's saying something with the teams you got, but it is what it is. It seems like for a period of time that WWE kind of lays low and forgets about the tag team and the women's divisions to focus on the main storylines, which has been crazy. It's crazy that they do that still after all this time. But that's the season they're in now. They're in the season where the women's and tag team titles are being less focused, and now they're trying to pick up the pieces and see what they can do with it. So we'll see where it goes from here. It was a good match overall. The next segment was funny. I think it was hilarious. You had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Crossman interviewed when a mic dropped in front of Alexa's face. And it was R-Truth and Carmella in disguise as camera crew. And Alexa's like, attention, R-Truth is on the set. I repeat, R-Truth is on the set. and then you saw a sea of people run past Alexa to get to get after to get after R-Truth's 24/7 championship. And the next match was surprisingly one of the best matches I saw in the second half of the card, which is saying something. Was for the women's tag team championships. You had champions Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross versus Fire and Desire. This match was actually very good. I was surprised, very surprised. During the match, Alexa Bliss almost won the 24/7 championship as R-Truth ran into the ring and stood there basically while everybody that was chasing him earlier was coming down. And Alexa rolled up R-Truth, almost beat him. Alexa Bliss almost won the championship while defending the championship. That'd been very fun to see if they let her win, but the notion of that almost happened was amazing. Everybody didn't believe me. The match kept going. We figured that the match would pay the price for that segment, but no, the match kept going for a good maybe 10 minutes. This match was very, very physical. The ending came with Nikki Cross hitting her Fisherman neckbreaker on, I think it's Mandy Rose for the pin. That's their champions. See where they go from here. I honestly don't know and slightly don't care. But this match was very good, though. I was very surprised. It was so good. And from here on out, the pay-per-view, the show was actually phenomenal. Next match was for the IC Championship. You had The Miz versus Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn. This match was a pretty good match. It was a very good match. Sami Zayn, they're literally doing the Bobby Lashley, Leo Rush story here with Sami hyping up Shinsuke during his match, ribbing the crowd, and it was fun to see. I liked it here. And while the match was going on, the match was pretty good, very good match in my opinion. The Miz came close to winning so many times. I think Sami distracted the Miz. Shinsuke hit a Kinshasa to the back of the head. They hit a forward Kinshasa to the front of Miz's face and won. And still your champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Very cool to see. I'm very interested to see who's going to fight Shinsuke next. Very, very interested indeed. Next match was for the Raw Women's Championship. We had Becky Lynch champion versus Sasha Banks. This match was one of the match of the nights, in my opinion. This match was insane. Kinda. The match itself was good. It was very back and forth. You can tell these two didn't like each other, fight feel. I was getting very upset at one point because the ending kind of came almost when I forgot what happened, but a chair was brought into the mix, I think by Sasha Banks, trying to play it to Eddie Guerrero's line cheating gimmick. And Bayley picked up the chair and went to hit Sasha. Sasha ducked and she hit the ref in the shoulder. This part made Becky Lynch look stupid unless she just didn't care. She knew she'd keep her title. She just didn't care. She wanted to inflict pain on Sasha. That's what I'm assuming. But then the referee was down for a good 5-6 minutes from a shoulder shot. And these two brought around the whole entire arena, literally everywhere. It was so good to see them brawling in the catering area. It was very cool to see. And they made their way into the ring again. And the commentators had to announce that Becky was disqualified and all that. Then it ended up being that the ring announcer announced it. Becky just walked it back like a total bad chick. She didn't care what happened. She got her hands on Sasha Banks and told her, made her feel what she felt. So interesting story. The match itself was very intense, very good. And these two are going to fight again because there's no decisive winner technically. Becky won by DQ. So these two are going to be in Hell in a Cell, which I'm excited about. Can't wait to see it. If they continue the the Sasha Bayley Charlotte Lynch feud, how I would book this honestly is I would do a tornado tag team, winner takes all Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell where the winners get their respective brands titles. That's how I would book it honestly. But that's just my opinion. So very good match of the night, one of the match of the nights in my opinion. Next match was the match of the night. Was Randy Orton versus champion Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. And you know from my mentioning of New Day earlier that Kofi retains. This match was amazing. Typically when you say amazing match, you think of high flying and crazy antics and all that, but this is literally a straight bell to bell match. so many near falls. Randy and Kofi were so good together, in my opinion. Someone said they didn't really, but they do. Really, they really do. But both competitors had back and forth action, had moments where they took control. Randy just proved why he's one of the best in the business. Kofi proved why he's one of the best in the business. And during the match, it was talking about him being a Hall of Famer in the future. And Kofi does have a ballot in the Hall of Fame when he does retire. His career is unprecedented. He's won all the titles. He's got crazy Rumble spots, last spots. He's been a great WWE superstar since he's. I'm very appreciative of Kofi and his contribution to the business, honestly. So that was the talk during the match. But the finish was a great finish. You had Randy hit an RKO out of nowhere, literally. He kind of goaded Kofi into following him like he was hanging on the ropes. He goaded Kofi to come to him. Boom, RKO. Then Kofi kicked out, from the rope. Very smart by Kofi. Which plays into the stupid stuff by Orton. Kofi proved to be smart here. The finish was great. Kofi went for like a SOS. He turned it around to a Trouble in Paradise, which Randy sold beautifully. Kofi retains. They're giving Kofi a great lengthy run of the title. I didn't expect it to be this long, honestly, but I'm glad they're doing it. What's next for Kofi? I see him probably going after. I'd assume Big E, because that's been the rumor for months now. And literally, is anyone else he can fight? Unless maybe I would like to see Buddy Murphy rise to the ranks and fight Kofi for the title. That'd be amazing to see, I think. As long as it's Brock Lesnar, I'm happy. But I'm curious to see where Kofi goes next, and so I'm curious to see where Randy goes next. But this match was very, very, very good. And in the end of the match, also teased the return of Randy Orton's punk kick. That was a pop for that, because I loved the punk kick back in the day. If he brings that back now, then Randy will be very, very fun to watch. Since they brought back the Cub Stomp, they can bring back the punk kick, no problem, I'm sure. But that was a cool tease right there. Next up, they had Street Profits run down the card, hype of Raw and SmackDown this coming week. And then King Booker, he came up in all his King Booker shtick. And everybody thought he was high or something, but he was on something. He was crazy. He was all hype, and he didn't sound like King Booker, but he sounded like Booker T. It was weird, but it was cool to see King Booker back with the Street Profits, and Montez Ford just sold him being there. It was great. I hope the Street Profits fight Dolph and Bobby Roode next. That's what I want to see. The Street Profits need to be on Raw or need to be stay in NXT. They don't need to be just hype boys. They need to be on the show fighting. So I hope to see that, please. But that segment was very good. The next match was shock of the night. He had Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan in a no DQ match. This match was an epic match. These two brought around the ring. They used the camera gurney thing, and they came back into effect. The moment of the night came when Roman Reigns hit a Superman punch, which caused Eric Rowan to topple and roll down the entire entrance ramp. And Reigns did the ooh-wah and ran down the whole ramp to do a spear. And then you got to hear the big boot. And we thought it was about Eric Rowan. Because, okay, Eric Rowan saw it coming a mile away and literally kicked him in the face. But the beautiful camera work, it revealed that it was Luke freaking Harper. Luke Harper came back to welcome back chants. He hit a distance clothesline and helped Rowan get the win after he hit the Iron Claw choke slam. I am so excited for Luke Harper to be back. I've missed him terribly. He's always been one of my favorites in today's crop of talent. And I hate how WWE, especially Vince, was doing Luke Harper. It's reported that Vince was over Luke Harper because he can do a stupid Southern accent. So that's where he's been all these months. Maybe they just use that as a cover-up to make Harper loved more than he did came back. That's what I'm hoping. I doubt that, but that's what I hoped. But Luke Harper looked great here. I thought we would get the Eric Rowan singles push. Maybe that's still the case, and Luke Harper's going to be the lackey here, maybe. But hopefully Luke Harper stays. I don't want him being like Buddy Murphy and just doing something for a couple of weeks and then fading away. Please don't do that to Luke Harper. And please bring Buddy Murphy back, too, while you're at it. But this match was just shock of the night. Could not believe it. Now, your main event was Braun Strowman versus champion Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. This match was a very good match. I figured it was the match I figured it would be almost. Braun had a lot of good offense. I think both men got busted open. Braun's nose was bleeding a little bit, probably from a kick. They did a spot through the table and all that stuff. Very good stuff. The ending came when Seth hit Braun with 3 curb stomps back to back to back. The first one, Braun kicked out of 1, and Seth sold it like it was nobody's business. Then he did another one, kicked out of 2. He did a third one, kicked out of 2.9. Then he hit a pedigree. The pedigree came back in Rollins Arsenal, followed by a 4th curb stomp for the pin. Now, I have mixed reactions on this. The finish, because it's similar to what they had Braun do to Brock Lesnar. I think Brock beat him with 4 F5s. Here, Seth beat him with 4 curb stomps and a pedigree. I think this is the last we'll see of Braun in the main event picture, sadly. I was so excited for Braun to be back in the spotlight, but it seems like WWE just don't care about Braun. If he continues being part of this, I wouldn't be surprised, but he's not affected by what happens at the end. So I think this is Braun Strowman's last hurrah in the main event scene. He'll probably go back to doing something I don't care about. I hate it, I really do, but it seems like Braun Strowman's just not getting over because WWE don't want him over, which is stupid. Because this is literally copy and paste with how Brock Lesnar beat Braun Strowman after hitting 4 of his finishes. So Seth retained, figured that though. And then as Seth was walking up the ramp, and we were waiting for the Fiend to attack, but he never came. They did the closing graphics on the show and all that, and then all of a sudden the lights went out. And then the screeching came, and then the Fiend appeared behind Rollins. With Rollins in his arms to do Sister Abigail. He did that. The lights went out again. But then the screech came back on, and this amazing image, a great image to send home with, was Bray had Rollins by his hair. It kind of mimicked his headless lantern almost, in my opinion. And it was just very eerie to see that. It looked like Bray just had the lifeless corpse of Seth Rollins in his hands, literally. Did the mandible claw. And Seth sold that claw, ladies and gentlemen, like nobody's business. And so now we're getting the Fiend versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell, and probably a Hell in a Cell match, which I'm excited for. I mentioned in my last video though that I'm not too keen on the Fiend becoming champion, but I think if Bray's got enough control of the character, he can keep it interesting and cool if he does win the championship, because he can't lose. He cannot lose to Seth. Not now, at least. He has to. The Fiend is too hot, too over. Do not let him lose there. Do not let him lose. So I give the show 8 out of 10. The second half of the show was on fire. It was like I said, it was your typical slow burning match. It went slow and got more and more crazy as the night progressed, which is a very good tactic in my opinion. So yeah, Clash of Champions was a solid pay-per-view overall. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the show. Did you like it? Did you not? I loved it. It was great. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow the podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you soon.